my name is Beck, and you're Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. And we are up to way 24. That means we're halfway through. Way 24 of the 48 Ways to Wisdom. 48 Ways to Wisdom are of course, if you've seen the other 23 ways, they are 48 ways to make your life awesome, to make you be able to achieve virtually anything, pretty much anything, you know, if the good Lord wills it to be so, if that happens to be your personal theological worldview. Well, basically, there are 48 attitudes for life that really dramatically improve your life. We study a way a day in this time of year called Sfiras HaOmer. It's a 49-day period from Passover to the holiday, Jewish holiday of, also, I guess Passover is a Jewish holiday, the Jewish holiday of Passover to the Jewish holiday of Shavuot, which is when the Passover is when the Israelites left Egypt. You know, ever seen Exodus? That's basically it. And then Shavuot is when they come to Mount Sinai, and there's a revelation and giving of the Bible, all that good stuff. But anyway, it's a spiritual journey one goes on. And it's a it's a spiritual time. It's a time full of like deep spiritual potential, which you can use to work on yourself to make yourself into a better person. You know, you get a lot of help from above in this time in your spiritual endeavors. So they say. So they say. You know, results may vary. You know, they put that. They should put that with any religious thing. Yeah. Hashtag, oh no, what was it? Asterisk, results may vary. Anyway, so we're up to way 24. Just so you know, 48 Ways of Wisdom were from a codification of Jewish law called the Mishnah in a tractate called Pirkei Avot, which is Ethics of Our Fathers, like, you know, the greatest hits of wisdom of all time. And before we get into it, can I ask you guys, can you hit the like button, the share button, the subscribe button? If you're subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube unsubscribes people. It's really weird. If you want to be super nice, go check out my Indiegogo. I think this is it. I think we're at the final. I think we're going to start the final week. Maybe today or tomorrow. Okay, I think we are. We got to get the final. But yeah, go check it out. So let's go to Way 24. Way 24 is they call it the Search for Wisdom. This one in the original Hebrew is called Emunas Chachamim, which is belief in the wise man. So this is an interesting one. This is a good one, and it's interesting, and it's one that's easy to misconstrue, right? It's easy to get it the wrong way. So firstly, what is belief in the wise man? Like, it doesn't mean obey the wise man, but yeah, what is belief? It's if you find somebody with wisdom, you give them more credibility, right? You give them more credibility than you'll give somebody who you don't think is wise. So, but essentially, what this means is you gotta search for the wise person. It's a suggestion to search for the wise person. So the first thing is make wisdom valuable. Make wisdom something valuable in your life. So wisdom something that you want. If you want to go after wisdom normally comes to you, right? But you got to want it, right? You got to want it, and you got to be looking for it all the time. That I think is the most important part of this way, is where to find wisdom. Now, you know, a lot of what's the word I would say? More traditional point of view will say, you find wisdom in universities, in college professors. You never find wisdom in those places anymore, okay, in my opinion. Where do you go to find wisdom? Where do you go to find the wise person? Anywhere. So in Judaism, we say, who is the wise person? This is also from Pirkei Avot, Ethics of Our Father. Who is a wise person? Somebody who learns from everyone. And you can find wise people in any tract of life, in any way, in any life circumstances. In fact, I would say everybody has some wisdom. It depends on what part it is. It's more broad their wisdom is. Normally, older people who have experienced more life have more wisdom. It's just the way it is. But yeah, never have a preconception of who is a wise man, or who is a wise person, I should say. Yeah, who is a wise person before you meet somebody. Yeah, and that's why I think it's always good to talk to people. The one of the 48 Ways of Wisdom we did a few days ago was about conversation, how you connect to people with conversation. So yeah, connect to people, and then just see if they're wise. So let's scroll over this, see if there's anything else we can add. Consider carefully any piece of wisdom. So again, if somebody comes to you as a wise person, and there's somebody that you've decided is a wise person, then I think you should just give their opinion slightly more weight and credibility, right? Let's say, for example, if somebody says, "Could you lend me, I don't know, £10 and I'll pay you back in 6 weeks?" You'll be like, most people will be like, sure. If you say something, can I borrow, £10,000 or £1,000,000 or dollars, depends where you are, and I'll pay you back in 6 weeks. You're like, wait, what? Well, assuming you have it, you're like, So that's what it is to have belief in somebody. The more you hesitate, you go, well, that's the less belief you have, and you will have less belief depending on how important the thing in question is. Like, £10,000 as opposed to £10. But it's essentially, again, believing in the wise person. Find the fountain of truth. To gain wisdom, the first step to decide you want it from life. Well, I think we already said that. Be an educated consumer. This is actually a really good piece of advice. It's there's tons of wisdom out there, especially now, especially with the the interwebs media. Go and check things out from everywhere, and I really recommend that. Go and check out things from everywhere, and you will get wisdom from everywhere. There's a what's it called, a midrash? It's I actually did a comic story about it. Midrash is like a fable where God is trying to decide if he's going to create the universe, and then truth comes along and says, it's a terrible idea. Mankind, they're bad people. They're bad people. You don't want them. They're going to do terrible things. And then God goes, yeah, that sounds pretty right. So he takes truth, throws it out of earth, shatters, goes into a billion pieces. Those billion pieces go into a billion pieces, and basically that's why you find truth in everything. And what is wisdom? Wisdom is finding the truth in things. Yeah, that's what I would say. The litmus test. Let me see what the litmus test. How can you judge whether a mentor is offering you real wisdom or just empty formulas? That's actually a pretty good question. Here are some methods to critically evaluate whether you should put your belief in a person or not. Check him out against some concept that you're sure about. Let's say you feel certain the definition of happiness to appreciate what you have. Now ask the prospective teacher what a person should do to be happy. If he says meditate, which doesn't answer your question, the definition. Ask him what the definition of happiness is. If he can't adequately explain happiness, then he's not a serious candidate with wisdom. B. See if he answers. If he offers. If his answers. See if the answer he offers enriches your life and the lives of others. Yeah, listen, if you see this guy handing out wisdom and he's in tatters and he's living on the street, I would listen to him, but maybe not take on his worldview straight away. Ask others about their long-term experiences. Okay. See whether your teacher lives by the ethical standards he preaches. Oh yeah, that's a big one. For me, that is a red line. If somebody's a hypocrite, I can't deal with it. I just can't deal with it, and I can't stand. It makes me crazy when you have people in teaching positions, when you have people in respected positions who are hypocrites. Makes my stomach churn. Is your teacher willing to hear opposing views, or do they merely overwhelm you with his brainwashing? Yeah, I think this is why the whole change my mind thing with Crowder is so good. Because it is about listening to other views and having a conversation, but it is about changing their minds and having a dialogue. Most of the time, if you haven't seen it, it's very good. It's on YouTube. Most of the time, people just haven't really thought out their point of view that well. And I saw that a lot when I was in the rabbinical ceremony. This came from Asia Torah. People came in, people just hadn't really thought things out to a degree. This kind of, they just can't. Accepted it. That's a pretty good litmus test. A hidden resource: your parents. That's pretty true, actually. I mean, if you're fortunate enough to have your parents still with you, firstly, having a relationship with them is great, but ask them stuff. Wisdom of God and the sages. Why searching for wisdom? A way to wisdom. Be bothered by ignorance and go looking for wisdom. Yes, true. That's something I think that you should try and program into. Be bothered by ignorance, right? And then go learn again, Wikipedia, whatever. We have data at our fingertips. Learn from everybody, and the person who's wise is somebody who does learn from everybody, right? And that's only how you'll find somebody truly wise. Respect and wisdom means you take it seriously and make it as effort to acquire it. Yes, you got to make sure wisdom is valuable to you, right? And then if it's not, it's not. If it is, then you probably won't be acquiring much. Before you know anything else, you've got to know what you're living for. Wise people know. Listen to them. I guess so. So there you go. 48 Ways to Wisdom. We are halfway through. Believe in the wise person. Well, I guess in this model, that'll be me. Okay, so believe me. Hit the subscribe button. Go to Indiegogo. Believe me. Buy my books. It's really, really good. The links are in the video notes. Have yourself a fantastic day.